transparent energy with you right now. So if you need that right now, if you're ready, welcome into my space. I am looking forward to sharing my experience with you guys on this topic. As well, I feel like there's a lot of people that need this message right now. And if that is you, feel free to subscribe, like, and share this with anybody who may need this as well. So this is coming from my heart space, coming from my experience, coming from my struggles, now able to look back and say, I got through this, and this is how I'm treating myself and healing myself and growing out of that situation, growing stronger, ready to help those who are also dealing with this. So welcome, welcome, welcome. Take a moment, breathe, and get ready. All right, so let's get right into it. If you have not seen my video, before you watch this, go check this video out. If you have not seen it, it's called My Truth. I'll make sure to have that pop up. You can check that video out, or I'll leave it linked below in my description. My Truth dives deeper into my history, my past, what I've been through, what I've dealt with, what I'm still dealing with. And that's why I made this video. This is stemming off from that and telling you how I am treating, how I deal with my depression. This is this video. So make sure you go watch that video. Okay. All right, so depression to me, what I've dealt with in my life, depression for me is when I could have really high moments and then all of a sudden something will trigger me and I'll get back to the lowest vibration. I'll go into such a dark place where all my thoughts are negative. I have so many doubts. I have so many questions. Like, just to briefly go back off of that video, My Truth. In that video, I revealed to you guys that I did try to commit suicide. That was many years ago. And during that time, I had many dark thoughts about, like, why am I here? What am I doing here? Like, no hope for life itself or for my existence or motivated to do anything with myself. So from time to time, those feelings will come back for me. Those feelings of doubt, of just very low vibes, like low vibes where I'm putting myself down. I don't want to do anything about what I'm going through. I just want to be stuck in that rut. I never will try ever to commit suicide again, but those negative thoughts of why am I here? What is my purpose? Those things still resurface for me, and I'm at a point in my life where I know how to deal with those things, but I also know, let's be real, we all go through ups and downs. I'm not perfect. I'm not always happy and positive, but I've learned what works for me so that I don't allow myself to stay in that space. Just gonna get a drink of my tea. I have some wonderful tea I've been drinking today. Little side note. And my tea consists of, today, it consists of green yerba mate, rose hips, golden seal, rosemary, ginseng, turmeric, and honey. Oh, and slippery elm and ashwagandha. It's really good, and I have really good energy today. And I've had no coffee today. Y'all, I'm making baby steps. I don't want to keep relying on coffee for energy because to me, I know better, and I know herbs are better for me personally. And there's so many herbs that I have that are great for energy, and I think it's just breaking the habit of thinking I need coffee to get that energy. It is a mental thing, and it's also getting used to not being hopped up. Like, that coffee gives me that boost, and I'm really high energy, but also I get jittery and I get anxiety with that. So my herbs do the same thing and I actually have amazing energy today. The fact that I've had no coffee and I've got so much done today, I have really good energy. Really good. Like almost like I had coffee, but such a calm feeling and more clear-headed feeling about it. Anyway, so yeah, I've learned what things work for me and how to deal with this depression of mine. So I'm gonna get right into it. These are just a disclaimer. These are things that work for me. This has been proven to work for me. So if you do try these things and it does nothing for you, you have to customize the suggestions I give to fit your lifestyle, to fit your needs. Because you are not like me. What works for me may not work for you, but I suggest that you try these things. If you're dealing with dark times and you're feeling stuck and you're feeling like no hope or no motivation for life or yourself, because I don't want you to get in a dark place where you feel like you're alone. You feel like there's no way out of this reality, this false reality that we see in front of us. You have the power to rise above it all. And I want you to discover that. And that's what I've learned on my own, doing the things I'm doing, breaking into new habits and cycles and breaking old cycles and, you know, stuff like that. It's like stopping old cycles that do nothing for you and building new habits that create new cycles and a new way of life. So I'm gonna get right into it. I did make a list. I love to write my ideas and let my messages flow through me. So we're gonna go down, so bear with me. Okay, so the first tip I have for anybody out there is do not suppress your feelings. Suppressing feelings, meaning you feel a certain way and you don't know why and you're not going to deal with it. You're going to sweep it under the rug, feel how you feel, stay in that low vibration, stay in that dark place and just stay there. You're not addressing what the issue is. So instead of suppressing it and covering it up with whatever to escape, drugs, alcohol, toxic things, people, music, food, all of that, right? You're suppressing those feelings. You're suppressing that instead of addressing where it may be coming from, addressing it head on. And I'm going to say on record, I don't always do that. So I know that when I don't do that, it gets worse for me and nothing gets better. I just want to stay in that rut and nothing changes and I feel worse and worse about myself. And then the things around me like almost feel like blocks weighing down on me and I get taken deeper into this depression. Okay? So I'm slowly but surely breaking that cycle of doing that to myself and saying, okay, let me not suppress this. Let me go through what I need to go through, but also address where this is stemming from. Ask myself questions. Why do I feel this way? Where are these thoughts coming from? You know, asking all the questions that you need to ask to find the root of the issue. It's rooted deep into your DNA, this issue that keeps resurfacing. So find out what it is so you can cut it out of your life, your reality, your world, so that you can grow out of that and never have to come back to that dark place. Does that make sense? A big thing I want to say about feelings that you may have, these depressed, dark, negative thoughts that, you know, come from time to time, and that's normal. It's normal. We all have to go through these waves, right? Sometimes we go through what we need to go through in order to get where we need to get next. That's all. It's just building us for our greatest potential. But we have to get through it and we have to address it to grow out of it and become stronger to help others along their journey, you know? So I wanted to say feelings are just that. Feelings are temporary. We all know that. Watching this video, you could be going through a dark time, or watching this video, you had just went through a dark time and now it brought you here to see this. And you look back and say, yeah, I was just feeling that way, but I'm so much better now. So from my personal experience, those feelings that I go through of negativity and all that darkness, that depression that takes over from time to time, I get out of it and I'm much better. Okay? So that feeling that you're going through, those things that you're going through in your mind that you're dealing with alone at the end of the day, nobody knows internally how you truly feel, and they, but you have people around you that are there for you. That's the next thing I'm going to talk about. The point is, those are temporary feelings. You have to not only address those feelings, but you have to allow yourself to feel those things. And when I said suppressing, when you're doing all these things to numb yourself to those feelings, you're not allowing yourself to truly feel those things. And that is a problem. It's a problem to say, I don't want to feel this. You're not allowing yourself to go through what it is you need to go through. Feel that anger, feel that sadness, feel that despair. Feel it. But in a healthy way, you're able to feel it and get through it. Crying, listening to music that make you, that tap into your primal emotional being, your essence, that make you cry, that make you want to scream, that make you want to, but you're releasing somehow. If you're suppressing those feelings, you're not releasing anything. It's just bottled up. You're sweeping it under the rug again, and it's going to come back up. You didn't have time. You didn't allow it to breathe, to let it come out, to let it breathe, right? You have to remember it's okay to feel. We've lost our way to feel. There's so many outlets that people have chosen to numb themselves so that they don't feel anything. They don't want to exist. But that's the most beautiful thing about being here in this moment right now. You're alive. Okay? You need to feel. You need to allow yourself to feel what it is you are going through and get through it in healthy ways. It's okay to cry. But do not stray away from feelings. That's what I wrote down. Allow yourself to feel, because you become numb. Therefore, you're not changing or addressing anything. The next thing is pretty much common sense. It's like when you eat better, you feel better. When you nourish your body better, mind, body, and spirit, when you nourish all those things better for the betterment of you, for your health, you feel better. That's just it. I want to touch on this because I want you to become aware of this. So when you're going through those dark times, ask yourself, do you feel any better listening to what you're listening to at the moment, eating what you're eating, drinking, doing, being around? Are you putting toxic things? Are you receiving toxic things? Or are you nourishing? I think that's like what I want you to become aware of. Because usually when you're not nourishing your mind, body, and spirit, you feel worse. You feel like shit. And it also prolongs that period of low vibration. It takes you down even further. And this is not me saying, this is not me pushing my eating lifestyle or anything like that on you. It's literally what you eat for your soul, what you feed your soul. That has everything to do with food, drink, music. What you're allowing to infiltrate the system can either nourish you or it can cause havoc. It can brings more sorrow and despair and depression, and it drags you down. So are you nourishing yourself or are you destroying yourself? That's the next thing. That's my tip on being aware of what you're doing during those times. And I encourage you to eat better. to not drink, to influence yourself with positivity, to push positivity and love into the mind, body, and spirit, all for health, right? What are you doing to take care of yourself? Because at that moment in depression, you are sick. Your body feels like crap. Your mind feels like crap. You are sick, mentally, physically, and spiritually. You don't have to have a cold or a flu to take care of yourself. And to be honest, when you're in a low state, it does cause problems physically. Your body feels weak, you feel tired. A cold and flu may come on, and that's because of what you're allowing to infiltrate the system, to take it lower. To not build up, you're destroying it, right? That was my next tip, is become aware of what you're doing during those times. I fully encourage you to do better with those things, to nourish your soul. This is important during this time, to nourish your soul, even if you don't feel like it. Do you have people around you that you can express this is what you need during that time? Do you have a partner? Do you have a best friend, a relationship of any kind that you can express this to one person to say, this is what I'm going through, this is what I'm dealing with, and this is what I need. During those times, I can't do that for myself. This is vital. And that brings me to another point that I had that just ties it right in. At these times that mentally you cannot do that for yourself, you need to have someone or a group of people that are able to help you do that, to be there for you, to literally say, you're not eating right, let me give you something nourishing. Let me give you something that's going to uplift your spirits. Let me, do anything that's going to uplift your spirits. I don't want to help destroy you, right? You want people around you that are there for your betterment and not there to add to your destruction, because we all have ups and downs. We all have things we're dealing with. We all have shadow work we're doing. Shadow work to me is when you have darkness. Everybody has evil, good and evil, good and evil. It's within each and every one of us. It's not out of us, right? I'm not even going to get into that. That's not the point. We all have good and evil, right? During those times, it's important that you have people that you can talk to and share your struggles with. It doesn't have to be a group of people, but just one person. Can you talk to them? These friends that you say are your friends, can you really talk to them and express your trials, express your struggles, and be vulnerable enough to say, I'm really dealing with this, and this is a part of me that I'm still working on. I need help in this. I need help. You have to be vocal to somebody else other than yourself, because you can't always fix it all on your own. Reach out to someone today. If you're dealing with this at any time, you need to be vulnerable. That's what I said about feeling. Stop suppressing your feelings. Stop letting your ego get in the way. You need to be vocal during this time and say, I'm not okay. And if you're watching this video, use this as a blueprint, these tips I'm giving you, to express to somebody that's what you would need. So that's another point, another tip I'm giving you, is surround yourself with people that truly will be there for you during that time, that you can trust, that you feel comfortable with, that you both share what you're going through and help one another grow. Be active in your own life to say, you're not okay sometimes, and this is what I need. What do you need? During those times, what will help you? If you don't know, watch my videos or watch other people's videos. Do something so that you know the power you have to actually take control over these situations. At least become aware of the things that does work for you, that can help you through this situation, that do not take you even further down. And I'm very passionate about this because I sometimes do have a habit where I sabotage myself instead of nourishing myself during that time. And Trust me, I've gotten way better at dealing with these times that I go through. But it's common that we often feel like shit, so we do shitty things to ourselves. And that's never beneficial. Okay, my next tip is I wrote down, surround yourself with upliftment. And what I mean by that is, simply put, everything you're allowing into your space, into your reality, should be focused on healing. Everything you're intaking is medicine, or it's toxic waste. Like, it's either one. It's helping you or it's hurting you. So during that time you're going through any depression or sadness, you need to fully be active in saying, I'm only going to allow upliftment and positivity and love and truth and honesty with myself in my life. So surround yourself with upliftment. Do more research on music that heals the soul. The music I have playing in the background is a certain frequency. There's a certain frequency for every feeling, every mood, things that will tap into different spaces in your body, in your physical, spiritual body. There are chakras. We all know the chakras. All the way from the feet to the head, there is healing sounds for those areas. The heart space has a certain frequency. So I'm not going to get into that anymore, but just know I'll leave the link to this music I have in the background. I'm going to leave the link to this video in my description, and then you can dive deeper into other frequencies and different things you need healing for. It's out there for you. Music is therapy. But also do more research on motivational speakers. Read books that are motivational in your life, that benefit what you're going through, that deal with what you're going through, because we all have our own struggles. I encourage you to do more research on that. Read books, listen to people that uplift you during this time and in your life in general, to influence you to do better and grow. So surround yourself with upliftment. It's very, very, very important. A big tip I have is to create during this time. Create. That could be anything that helps you release. It could be, I'm just going to name a few things, but only you know what feels right to you. So I wrote down dancing, singing, doing makeup, doing hair, doing nails, doing home remedies, creating, mixing potions and herbs and tinctures and natural juices or body butters, or creating jewelry. Create. There's something you're good at that when you do it, it's a release, it's therapy for you. So I encourage you to create in a positive way. Let's say you're going through something and it brings so much anger. You're just angry and how are you going to release that? What is it in your life that allows you to release that? Do you need to sing? Do you need to put on music that allows you to push out that emotion? Dancing. For me, dancing's huge. I need movement. I allow the music to let my spirit move. And there's certain types of music that bring out different energies and moods, right? So for me, when I dance, it releases. I always need to dance. Anybody that's known me from my past life to right now, you know I've always loved to dance. I love music. It's a huge part of my life, and it heals me in so many different ways. So for me, dancing's huge. That's how I create. That's how I release. That's how I express myself. So it's vital that you don't sit idle. You don't stand still, and you don't get stuck in a rut where you just want to sleep all day. Do not allow yourself to get down that deep. Get up, do something different, create. It's something you haven't done in a long time. This is for somebody right now. There's something or certain things that you stopped doing. And there's no excuse for it other than you let other things get in the way. You can do it again. You have the power to do those things. You just have to make time for it. Do the things that you stopped doing that brought happiness into your life. You have time for it. If you have time to sit and watch my video, you have time to do that one thing that you love to do, painting or doing makeup for yourself, just for the enjoyment of the art, and releasing your emotions through that creative process. Whatever it is that allows you to create again and let your creative juices flow, that brings enlightenment, that brings motivation, that brings clarity. It's just so many things that you'll receive during that time of solitude for yourself, that moment for yourself. Nobody's around. You need that quiet time to create, or you need just that time alone. Be in that space by yourself. Don't worry about other people. Don't worry about what's going on. Enjoy that moment and do it again. You need to create, because if you're not creating, you are just sitting and allowing the darkness to take over you. So that was a tip I had. Whatever makes you feel good. I can't tell you what it is, but I know for me, it's dancing. It's writing my thoughts down, writing my goals, writing my ideas. It's painting, it's doing makeup. It's making videos. To be honest, making videos help me release a lot of the time. And while I'm giving messages, it reminds me again and again to stay on track and stay focused. And it teaches me so many things while I'm helping you guys. While I'm sharing what I'm going through, it's helping me remember where I came from, how to stay focused, and it brings up something else that I forgot about, right? So creating videos is huge for me. Do whatever it is that makes you happy, but do it. Do something. That's vital. That's vital. Whoever that was for, you need to stop making excuses. You need to stop making excuses. I don't care what you have to say about, I don't have the time, I'm not good at it. Nobody cares. You're thinking about what everybody else is worried about, or you're worried about too many other things than yourself. You need to do for you again. Do it now. Start that habit again, because not doing it for a long time created the habit of not doing it, and it's not a part of your life anymore. It's still within you though, and you need to bring it back out. A big tip and a big part of my life is giving myself affirmations. During that time, I have all these negative thoughts, right? About myself, about life, about what's going on in general in my life. And it really has helped me when I self-affirm many things and I cancel those thoughts out. I'm thinking negative about myself. Ask myself why. Ask myself where it's coming from. Again, asking the questions to address the issue, and then saying, I'm amazing. I've come so far. I am beautiful. I am worth it. I do have potential. I do have everything I need inside to get what I'm asking for, to get where I want to go, to receive the life that I dream of. I have all the power. I am greater than my circumstance. You know, canceling out those self-doubts and that negativity with affirmations. Canceling that shit out, because guess what? These are thoughts that are popping in that you need to cancel out as soon as they come in. Again, it's all about creating habits in a way. Like if you think about everything I'm saying, it's creating habits. These tips are things that you can start putting into your life, putting in action that create a new cycle, a new way of life for you. It's all about creating habits and breaking old habits. You know, the fact that this depression is coming back for me, it's a habit because maybe I haven't learned a lesson yet. Maybe I haven't learned a lesson yet, and that's why it's resurfacing. Maybe I haven't really changed what I said I was going to change, right? You have to really think, why is this resurfacing? Certain times for me, I realize it's because I haven't broken old habits, even though I thought I did. I suppressed it, and it went away, so I thought it was all good. Um, so yeah, cancel out that negativity by boosting yourself. You don't need anybody else to do that. Boosting your own ego. Self-affirming everything in life that you have doubts about. Just do it. Just try it. And then start building a habit to boost yourself up. Boost your own confidence. You don't need anybody else to do that. But it does help when you have people around you that will do that for you and remind you you're fucking amazing. And your circumstance is just temporary, because that can change in the first step of you taking action and taking control over your life. It can change, okay? So it is temporary. Your circumstance can change tomorrow. Your feeling can change in an hour. So don't allow that moment to take you down longer, and take your time away, because time is never promised for anybody. So allowing that to take over that moment is like taking your time away, and it sucked you dry, and now you're left with zero again. So the next big tip for me, this is not a tip. This is just something I want to share with you guys that has been really beneficial in my life. Okay, so for me, this works for me. I'm gonna say that over and over again. This that I'm gonna share works for me. It might not work for everybody, but I do enjoy smoking weed. It is a medicinal herb. Just like all these herbs I have for making tea, it's an herb that has so many medicinal properties, healing properties. Now, I do not smoke weed because I want to get high. Whenever I'm going, I use it as my medicine. It really is medicine for me. So when I'm going through a time that I just cannot seem to get out of my own head and get out of my own rut, and I just am in a really dark place, even my husband tells me, you need to smoke a little. And as soon as I do, it does not fix the problem, okay? Using that does not fix the problem, but it gets me out of my rut. It gets me out of my head. So yes, I do smoke weed. That is my medicine for the times when I cannot get out of my head and I'm just stuck. As soon as I use it, I am able to think clear and get more motivated again, and it just gets me out of my rut, so I'm able to do all these other things to heal myself. So using it in that way has helped me a lot, and I'm so grateful for that. So yeah, that's just something that works for me. For anybody out there that has tried it and you just feel like it doesn't work for you, trust me, it doesn't work for me if I'm doing it every day just to get high. I never liked to smoke, because I gotta get high. But knowing how to use it, knowing how to treat myself with it, it has worked so amazing. So it's just a thought to use it as medicine, and to know while you're doing it, I'm treating myself, this is my medicine to help with such and such. Not to do it to get high, because that's never how you want to do anything. You're abusing that plant now. You're abusing that plant and maybe numbing yourself again, but using it for enlightenment, using it for clarity and just different things to treat, then trust me, you'll get many benefits out of it. The last thing I want to say is, through all of these situations that you're going through in life, just remember the fact that these are temporary. You have to be more gentle on yourself. Putting yourself down, beating yourself up, taking yourself down further only destroys you quicker. It never helps when you think these bad thoughts and you're so hard on yourself for making a mistake or for not learning a lesson again and having to deal with this situation again, this darkness, this depression. The fact that you're harder on yourself about it only makes the situation worse. And it only tears you down. Like, you're your own worst critic. We all hear that. You enslave yourself in your mind. You hold yourself captive. You pull yourself down. You make situations worse. You create problems. This all starts with you. So when you're more gentle on yourself, things don't seem as hard. Knowing that you're human, knowing that you're going to make mistakes, knowing that this life is all about self-discovery, just be aware of what's going on. Be aware that you may need to go through this at this time. Be aware that you're only one person and you cannot handle everything all at once, all the time, by yourself. You are amazing. You are divine. You are chosen to be here for a reason. You have purpose. But avoiding the problem, numbing yourself to the issues, not opening up to anyone and holding it all in, that's when things become worse. That's when depression gets worse. And after just being depressed for the moment can turn into somebody taking their life. You guys, I tried to take my life because I was not doing anything about my depression. And that's why I'm eager to share with you what I'm doing to heal myself in those moments, to be more gentle on myself, to remind myself that this is only temporary. I love you so much, and whoever's watching this, I encourage you to try these things or make a list of your own of what, when you're in the right mind, when you're out of that depression, make a list of things that could help you during that time and start doing those things. Don't forget about that list. Start doing the things that you stopped doing that help you become happier and bring joy into your life and bring clarity. Get back to basics. Create. And get to know yourself again. Over and over, I'm getting to know myself again. Over and over, I'm learning a new me. I literally change almost every week. Whatever. Your process of change and growth is truly customized to you. Like, that's at your own pace, and you have to be more gentle on yourself. That's all that I ask that you guys remember, is the feelings that you're going through are temporary, but allow yourself to feel what you need to go through. Feel those feelings, but release it somehow. And do better. Once you know better, you do better. And if you know better and you don't do better, then you are not wanting to heal the situation or get over the situation. You're creating, or no, you're repeating cycles that never will serve you. If they are cycles that have destroyed you in the past, have, what do they say? These are cycles of like our family history. Those are not your cycles. Things that do not serve you anymore do not have to be yours. But you holding on to those things and you repeating those cycles and you not doing anything to get out of it will be yours and will be your reality. You have nobody else to blame but yourself. That's why I say you have the power. You have the power. I will always say that because I discovered that. I never knew the power I had, you guys. So it's all about self-discovery, finding what works for you, customizing it to your life, and letting no one or anything get in the way of that. Stand firm in what is good for you, and don't allow things in your life that aren't good for you. That's as simple as I can put it. I want the best for you guys. I want you to discover what's best for you. I can never, and I will never tell you what's best for you, but I will tell you what's helped me through my struggles. So I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. Again, if it's long, that's just how it's gonna go. I have to allow these messages to flow through me, and I have to release. And I hope that this has helped anybody watching this. I love you guys, and stay tuned because I'm gonna have more videos like this on how to deal with other things that I've gone through in my life. If there's anything specific you want me to make a video on, how to deal with such and such, leave me a message on my Instagram. Make sure you're following me on Instagram, you guys, because I want to connect with you, okay? And we're all here to grow with one another. I'm gonna always remind you of that. That's the point of my channel, is that we're growing with one another. I am not perfect. I'm going through shit on my own, but I am growing. And as I'm growing, I encourage you to grow as well, and find your purpose and find your powers and tap into all that. So please make sure you follow me on Instagram. Let's connect there. Send me messages anytime on there. And yeah, I love you, beautiful souls. You take care. Peace.